102.1, Oro Valley, Tucson.
An Arizona Lotus Corp radio station.
You want it? You got it. Reality radio done right. No nonsense, real and raw, just like you like it.
He's corrupt, he's inexperienced, and he lies.
Broadcasting from a broom closet in the Arizona Lotus Studios, it's Beef Vegan Presents.
Yo, welcome back to the show. It's Beef Vegan Presents live on Rock 102.1 KFMA, streaming worldwide at KFMA.com on this beautiful Wednesday, January 21st. Good morning, Kendall.
Good morning.
And good morning, Yas Money.
Are we still whispering?
No, we're on the air now. You can see that. We did a little ASMR as a little pre-show exercise, which was actually very soothing.
Honestly, it was.
Yeah, it was.
See, you were going to come in here. You were thinking it was going to be all hot and everything. Like, wow, what are you doing this freaking rah, rah, rah?
Yeah.
No.
I thought I was going to hear bees. Rah, 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 rah.
Exactly. No, I gave you 10 minutes, but now it's rah-rah time. We have a lot to get to today. It's going to be a fantastic show. I'm super stoked, of course. We got tons of giveaways, including that at Silver Sun Pickups at the Rialto Theater. That's a local show, so that's great. And then we have tickets, which we announced yesterday, which is like a palooza of sorts. If you're a fan of Primus and Les Claypool, he's bringing his whole show, or his three bands performing together one night, Arizona Federal Union up there in Phoenix.
That's epic, yeah.
Yeah, it is huge. And we're going to be giving tickets away for that at around 8 o'clock this morning. And we got tickets for your Tucson Roadrunners, which we had a game last night. And we unfortunately lost that game last minute. I don't know. I wasn't there. I was there for the first two periods. And then, I had to cut out. I was like, front load the game because I need to get some sleep.
Are you saying the reason they lost is because you left early?
No, it's never the case,
Well, you might be their good luck charm. You left.
If that was the case, then these boys would come in on the show, like Ben McCartney, who I adore. I think he's a fantastic player and just an awesome person, right? And
you know them?
Yeah, I know a couple of them.
Oh.
Only a couple of them, right? But Benny is one of them. And, and we always shoot the shiz backstage and everything. And, and I was like, you got to come on the show. And he's like, yeah, absolutely. So then I sent him a follow request on Instagram and he hasn't accepted it.
Ooh.
And so yesterday I see him and he goes, and he shows me more love than anybody. You know what I mean? And, and I appreciate that because I am a genuine fan of him. And so like he was warming up in the back and he's like, Beef. And I'm like, what's going on, Benny? And I'm like, hey, man.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. I was like, you said you were going to come on the show. When you coming on the show? And I sent you a friend request. You don't even accept my
age is showing.
Why?
You don't ask people like, hey, why don't you follow me back?
Well,
yeah, I don't think that's an age thing. I think it's just a desperate thing.
Okay, fine. I'm desperate. But, I was like, hey, we're boys and I support you. And he's like, I don't even really do the Instagram thing. I'm like, obviously, because next time you check your Instagram, you're going to see a profile named Beef Vegan. That's me, the one and only.
It's going to be him. And then he liked every picture from 2002.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Just like a teenage girl.
No, I'm not going to do that. No, I know the rules. All right. But anyways, so yes, trying to get them on. They got a game tonight. They'll hopefully split the series against the San Diego Gulls and then a little break. And then there'll be games at the end of the month with like Star Wars night and a couple big themes. So we'll be giving away tickets for all that. Let's get right into it because Tucson is making headlines this morning. First and foremost, this is the most Tucson headline or sentence ever. And only people from Tucson will resonate with this sentence. Jim Click is selling.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Jim Click is selling. So all my automotive friends out there, and I know a lot of you listen to the show, be prepared to work on Sundays, right? Because Jim Click is selling. And Jim Click has been such a cornerstone for this community in Tucson for decades. He was the one that implemented the no work on Sunday rule. That's an exclusive thing here in Tucson and maybe in Utah as well, right? But in Tucson, he's like Sundays for family. And, if you go up to Phoenix or even Casa Grande and everything, they're like Sundays for making money and Mondays for making money. And Tuesday, they do not take a break on that. But Jim Click has always had his like family values on his ways, and that's what he set. And he was able to get an agreement amongst all the other automotive dealerships in town, which is a huge thing to think about. These are all businessmen who want to make the most money. And
Yeah.
he's just like, look, boys, here's the deal. You know, if you're off on Sunday, I won't do my Jim Click Super Sunday sale every Sunday to make sure that you guys are closed on Sunday, right? So they did. And, so what does this mean? He's selling it to a company out of Washington called G Automotive. And he's selling Jim Click owns 16 dealerships in total, 10 here in Tucson, 6 in Southern California. And this buyer's from Spokane, Washington. So the deal still needs final approvals, but it's expected to close later this year. So like I said, to all the salesmen and all the mechanics and all, reps and everyone in the automotive industry, enjoy your Sundays while you can.
Right.
Yeah, because then, there'll be a day, probably in 2027, where it's like, guess what? Here's your new schedule. It's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. You're off Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
So
Yeah.
I read that he is, although he's not going to be a shareholder anymore, those Jim Click community charities that he started and implemented in Tucson in the communities, those will still be in place.
Okay.
So he will still work with the community with all those charities that he started throughout his career.
And that's good, because again, he's been such a cornerstone of this community and Tucson and a benefit. There's a lot of big Jim Click fans and supporters out there. And I think he's done a lot of good throughout this community and really loves city of Tucson a lot. And so to be able to make that money and not have to worry about the financials of that aspect and growing that anymore, he's already accomplished that. Then he can focus on his passion project, which is giving back. And doing that is amazing. So it's a big deal for that, story and that company to be sold. And, and honestly, it will change the landscape of Tucson here in the future. Yeah. All right. So that was the big story number one. But it doesn't stop there. In fact, actually, the other big story.
No, I knew you were going to do this.
I don't know what's happening because I've been off social media.
Don't need no.
No.
Oh.
Ice. Don't need no.
I don't like that you're
Oh.
being
Don't need
unserious
no.
about it.
No, I'm not being outside.
What happened?
I stopped. Okay,
What's
so
going on?
yesterday on the way in to the Tucson arena, it took me about 45 minutes to get to work because I had to take a major detour because like all of downtown on Broadway and Congress was completely blocked off with a mass walkout protest over ICE, policies and enforcement throughout the entire country. And apparently this was like a nationwide coordination, but I didn't hear anything about it. It started here. Well, it didn't start here, but it started earlier in the afternoon when students from high schools all over the place walked out all at the same time. So it was a very coordinated effort to let their voices be heard, which is a beautiful thing to show that expression. The right to protest. They called it a Free America Walkout. What did you know about this?
TUSD had put out emails. I think Sunnyside District had put out emails Friday. And then I heard it on the radio yesterday.
Okay.
But I think it'd been announced.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if it was like if you know type of thing. And then if you follow the right people on Instagram, then they had it up there.
Well, okay. So
you don't have any activist friends.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I'll get into it. Yes, I will. I will actively look for activist friends. Please,
I'll give you some.
Please,
accounts.
I like seeing it. The protest focused on federal immigration enforcement and recent ICE raids. Of course, I mean, I did see some clips of like ICE in like South Tucson. It's like get out of there, and everywhere around here and in Tucson especially, but all over the country when ICE organizes and coordinates an area, then the people immediately surround and say, you need to get out of here.
Oh, they show up.
Yeah, they show up, they show out. And, obviously we're a community that is 100% built off of Hispanic culture, is like right there by the border, but really, just like it was just kind of adapted where they pushed the line back and like, this is America now. But this Tucson was very much Mexico, very much Native American territory. And you can see it in our culture. You can see it in our ways. You can see it in our art. You can see it in our structures. You see it everywhere, And so it's like mind boggling to me that there would be any ICE activity in this area to try to get the Mexicans out of Tucson. Like, bruh, what are you talking about? Like, you know what I mean?
That's what it's built on.
Yeah,
That is Tucson. Yeah.
And it's like if you're an ICE agent and you're trying to, and then the unfortunate part about their entire policy, which is way wrong, is that they what's the term for it again when you just look at somebody and
Profiling.
Yeah, when you profile, it's easier to profile in like the Midwest,
Yeah.
right, than to profile down here because everyone's a suspect. You know what I'm saying? You look around like, oh no,
You have an accent. You're brown.
yeah,
You're brown.
dude. Like, oh, you have an accent. You must, be like an immigrant. Be like, no, Holmes, I'm third generation. This is just Tucson.
Yeah.
This is a Tucsonian accent. Get out of here. So, it was great to see the kids get together there, and it was massive. And I've seen COVID, protests downtown, during pandemic, and they were pale in comparison to the amount of people that came out for this, and it was across the bridge, and it was a beautiful sight to see. And as much as a minor inconvenience it was for me to go the long way into work, I'd do it again every single day just so these kids can have their voices heard. And so, that's where we're at. And so we had a big 24 hours as far as local news is concerned. And I just wanted to address it. And that's why, it took you a while to get home last night and maybe miss a dinner. But, you know what? We're Americans. We could afford to miss a dinner or two,
Those $3 meals.
Yes. All right. We have a lot to get to, including your morning moron, which involves meth, coming up after The Offspring. This is an appropriate song to kick
Spoiler
off the
alert.
day. I know. Here's The Offspring with The Kids Aren't All Right on Rock 102.1 KFMA. Stick around to win tickets and ish. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. Beefy presents, but you know the name of the show. Let's go.
Your hand.
All right, Rock 102.1 KFMA. We're back here live. That was Mammoth, new music from them here. We're back here on the podcast broadcast. So we'll be joined by all yours who are in the green room right now warming up. Sounding fantastic, right?
Yes.
Yes, it's going to
They're
be
looking good, sounding good.
All right, yes. So we got to kickstart this podcast. We have so much. We just did our show open, but, Guar is going to be performing at Rialto Theater on 420. That's a big deal. In fact, actually, we're scheduled to be talking with a member of Guar here pretty shortly, probably in March. And Blothar is who we're scheduled to talk with. This is going to be massive for us. But while Kendall was scrolling around this morning, she saw that Guar actually covered Pink Pony Club by what's her name again?
I saw it last week. Chapel Roan.
Yeah, Chapel Roan, right? Now the kids love Chapel Roan. She's one of the hottest artists out there, pop princess, if you will, or queen, depending on what your definition and opinion of her is. And covering this song is right off the bat hilarious. I haven't even heard any of it.
I'm surprised.
Yeah. All right. So let's react to it here. Live on air. We got the video pulled up. There's no cursing, right? I mean, it's a Pink Pony Club.
I don't think so. We're going to find out.
All right, let's react.
Ready to press play?
As much as we can. Yes, press play.
There's a nice long intro. I don't know if you want me to fast forward through this.
Fast forward to that.
Okay.
Yeah,
The guys in their costume. There is one shot coming up here.
Now, let me pause real quick for you,
Okay.
Not a costume. This is the aesthetic of Guar.
Okay.
Okay. This is who they are.
Costume.
Costume.
How dare she?
Yeah,
This is
I
real.
know. Yes, it's as real as can be. They're all real demons, and they've been, roaming the earth
There
now.
we go. Look at that.
Yeah, that's Guar.
Yeah.
I know you wanted me to stay, but I can't ignore the crazy visions of me in LA. I heard that there's a special place where boys and girls can all be queens every single day.
Beautiful.
I'm having wicked dreams of leaving Tennessee. Here's Santa Monica. I swear it's calling me. Won't make my mama proud. I'm gonna cause a scene. She sees a baby gal. I know she's gonna scream. God, what have you done? You're a pink pony girl, and you dance at the club. Oh, mama, hey! I'm just having fun. All the space in my heels. It's where I belong. Down under. Pink Pony Club.
All right, let's see. The audio's kind of messing up on me there. See if you can turn your audio up just a little bit on the computer screen there, and then it'll get just a little bit more of that. But that's Guar looking great, as per usual. And others, what are your thoughts on this, Rico?
It's Guar.
Oh no,
that
don't
help?
turn
Oh,
it.
wait,
No, yeah,
what?
not on the computer, on actual video.
I don't know how
mute the
computers
computer
work.
again. Mute that computer.
Beep pop boop.
Yeah. All right, now do it. All right. If you can't figure it out,
No,
It's
it's already on full.
Dogs are on the floor. Mama's in the bathroom.
Like that's how it's
All
supposed
right.
to sound.
Yeah. Well, they look fantastic. That's just Squar at its finest. Squar 420 at Rialto Theater. You better get those tickets before they sell it out. Dubs doesn't like it. He said, terrible. You just effed up my ears. Thanks, guys. So not everyone's a fan of the Guar.
That means it's working.
That means it's working. Yeah, that's good. Let's play a quick game real quick before we welcome all yours in studio. We're gonna do a quick cipher, and the way that this is gonna work is we're gonna start off with a sentence, and we'll have Kendall start off the sentence, and Rico has to rhyme in that, try to follow the beat and follow it up as we're keeping the conversation in rhyme form. The first person to break the cipher loses the game. Are you ready?
Who's going first?
You are. Yeah, you're gonna set the tone here. Okay. With this cipher.
Is there a theme? Or no, I'm following.
No, you just start up. Yeah, you're starting conversation. We're gonna rhyme
All
off
right.
it. That's the cipher.
Last week, I was walking around town.
And then I saw something that looked really brown.
Well, I looked brown. Heard a sound.
And then I looked at the ground.
Oh my God! Look what I found.
It was nice and I already said round. Well, what I found was so profound.
And it was under my shoe, sticking out. A little piece of poo.
I wish somebody found the loo.
When I yelled out, who are you?
Maybe it's me, maybe it's you.
Maybe it's Steve from Blue's Clues.
I didn't know whose or who put up this ruse.
And that's when I said, no more who's poos.
Because I'm not a fan of the big old doo-doo.
Oh, yeah. It's a who's who of the doo-doo. But, when you smell it, it hits you with that voodoo.
It took an hour to scrape it off my shoe.
And that's the thing, I gotta find a lawyer that specializes in poop so I can sue.
Okay. And that's when I assembled my entire crew.
Now, we're looking for food to create new food.
I'm starving, I'm disgusted, but that's okay. You gotta do what you gotta do.
You do and do and do. And I mean, how many times are you going to rhyme do? And this is just the time. This is just
like
the
Mountain
time.
Dew. Mountain Dew.
Okay.
You know what? If we're
Hold on.
playing by real rules, you
Yeah, you
messed
started
it
that
up.
many
Okay,
times.
wait a
Nice
second.
try.
Here's the thing, too. And this is right when Todd. Oh, I'm sorry. I get distracted right away because this is the exact moment that Todd gets on and immediately is like, "What the hell's going on here?" And we're getting air checked. So here's how we'll do this. No, I mean, honestly, we screwed that up. Let's start it off with the. I want to say news. Actually, we lost that game, and that's fine. Let me hit the reset because I want to get to all yours. I got to get them in studio. Brandon and Diego are both here. They're a band that are making noise on the local scene, doing a fantastic job of doing so. In fact, actually, Brandon is kind of local rock royalty of sorts, as his father is a good friend of mine, the legendary Sonoran songwriter and shaman, Carlos Azrate. And so Brandon Azrate and Diego from All Yours going to be our guests on the podcast broadcast coming up next. Stick around. It's Rock on 2.1 KFMA. Yeah, we'll get to another cipher another time here as we're going. But with that said, never seen Guar, but that would be sick. And good morning, Todd. Yes, good to see you, Todd. All right, as we get ready for our in-studio guests, All Yours, we did a Methy Morning Moron. Let's see. Okay, well, King Mouse said they killed me on that. Now I gotta. Okay, fuck you guys. Let's try it again then.
Again.
Yeah. Okay. If that's the fucking case, then let's
God.
run it back real quick.
Oh,
but we have to have
spicy beef.
we have to have a
win.
theme. We have to have a theme. Now we've covered a lot of different news stories today, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So recall one that stuck with you this morning. In and Out, like the burger, right? Nothing. Let's talk about speaking of In and Out burgers.
Well, that was a theme.
Yes, me getting cock blocked on In and Out burger gift certificates. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
all right. So we'll start it with that and tell the story. Okay,
Am I starting again?
Sure.
Yo, today, beef was getting real heated.
And the thing is, I've run this town, but I feel defeated.
Yes. Because all I wanted to do was get gift cards so I could eat it.
And build up the stacks of beef meatin'.
Because I eat meat, but I'm not a vegan.
No, I'm just meeting Phoenician.
That's cheating.
But he's just leading.
Yes. And don't be misreading.
You're lying on this beat. No.
She lost. See, there we go. All right, how about that, King Alice?
Now he's all happy.
Yeah, fucker. All right. So, anyways, let's get back. All right. We did Morning Moron. And, you guys didn't even hear the beat, which is fine, too. You didn't need to hear that beat. With that said, earlier this morning, we did Morning Moron. Let's hit the reset. Rico's going to get into photographer mode, and we're going to have Brandon and Diego on the podcast. Stick around. All right, Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back. Beef Vegan Presents. It's now 6:16 and time for your Morning Moron. Let's do it. Meth. It's bad. Okay. All right. We know this. But every now and then we're going to come across another Morning Moron situation where meth is involved. And honestly, it's the stranglehold of meth that turns this person into a Morning Moron. Here's a headline, and I'll get into the juicy details of it. But the headline really does explain it all. The headline reads, a lady smoked meth during a video call with an inmate. Right? So, like you're on a video call. Every one of those calls, whether it's an audio, and especially now it's all video because technology, they're all being recorded, documented for the state. That's how it is. You didn't know that? Yeah. So if you flash a nip, they got it on file, and they're ready to go.
So what are they doing? They're like, hey, while you're locked up, I'm gonna flex and smoke some meth in front of you.
Well, see, that's the thing. It's like,
don't you miss this?
This is I know. What a jerk, right? It's like, don't you? You're on the outs smoking meth with me, and the thing is, and the reality is, it's like, oh, well, I'm locked up, but don't worry, I got plenty of meth inside. They're there. But this woman in East Texas got arrested after she was seen doing drugs on a video call with an inmate because it is illegal and it is filming evidence for the state that you are smoking meth on state-owned video.
Can you imagine the corrections officer just like, no, Stacy.
Yeah, come on. Well, her name's Jessica, but that was close. It's still a super white name. You were there. So it's not clear if the call was recorded or if someone was watching in real time, but they saw her smoking meth on the call. Cops showed up to her home last Friday with a warrant. So it was enough evidence to, get a warrant for this. And they arrested her for possession of a controlled substance with intent to deliver and possession of marijuana. Now, look, the marijuana, it's like, throw that out, man. I know it's Texas and it's illegal, but she's got to be able to come down somehow, and it's crazy too with the intent to deliver. That's a murky charge as well. The reality is, in this situation, she was a user. Right. And she just
delivered to herself.
Yeah. They also found a gun because, it's
Texas.
It's Texas.
Yeah.
And apparently she has a record. They tacked on the charge for unlawful possession of a firearm by a felon, which the alliteration of that sentence is amazing. So you put that into a song.
Backing up these charges.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know what, though? She's been in the game before, so she's used to this. Now, it's not clear who she was video chatting with, but maybe she'll get some FaceTime with them now if it was same sex. Like, girl, I told you I missed you. And she's going to be in jail for a long time because the judge set her bond at $650,000. That's a lot,
Wow.
So, yeah, and all that situation. Look, meth is that addictive to where even if you know that you shouldn't be doing it at that current time, if you got the meth there and the pipe in hand, you're gonna hit it.
Stacy, look at you.
Yeah, Stacy's only 25 years old.
You're joking.
No, that's what meth does to you. But no, she's 43, still looks terrible for her age. But just another example of why you never want to mess with meth or any of those drugs. These drugs are bad, okay? But yeah, definitely, committing a felony on video that's being recorded for the state. Immediately giving your ass a warrant and then searched and arrested in your home on your day off is going to make you a Morning Moron. We got Raven on the phone. She wanted to give a little shout out to her friend. All right. Let me interject the stream, which we've had a lot of content here this morning, but I'm very excited. Every Wednesday, we welcome a new band into studio, and this is a band that I've been on my radar for a minute, and I've been trying to get in, and we just saw them, Kendall and I, and her boyfriend John, on December. It was a fantastic show at La Rosa, presented by Carlos Esrate. Right, and the Ghost Souls. What's his?
The Ghost Notes.
The Ghost Notes. Yeah, it's Ghost Notes now, right?
New album, straight through Through Line. My bad.
There you go.
Shout
and it was a fantastic show. And opening for them, it was a family affair. And All Yours was one of the opening bands. And joining us in the studio, we got Brandon Esrate, who is Carlos's son, and then Diego, who works with Carlos as well. Right. Get that microphone close to you so we could hear you. And so, I've known the Esrate lineage and legend. It runs strong here. So I'm very familiar. I was able to see you and your sister perform. I believe I've seen you perform once before. First time seeing your sister perform as well. And the whole show was a vibe.
It was so sweet.
Yeah. And honestly, and I told this to your father like the next day. I text him out of the blue being like, that was the best performance of yours I've ever seen. Right. And I've seen him perform so many times. It's always great. But in that situation, like in that room, I'm sure helps to a certain extent, but I'm like, you hit every fucking note, dude, and you've heard your dad, perform a billion times at this point, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure you're thinking the same thing. It was a magical night. And then when you got up on there with your sister, you, Diego, when you guys all jammed together and stuff, yeah, I mean, you felt that. It was definitely a very special evening, one that I didn't even feel weird wearing an ugly Christmas sweater for, you know? Usually when I'm in a public setting with Santa Claus shitting on a toilet, I feel a little out of place, but I actually felt welcomed and the love and all that stuff. When did you start getting the bug to play music, Brandon?
I mean, like you said, I grew up my whole life. My dad was playing music. He was doing the rock band thing when I was just a little kid. So I've always wanted to be in a band. The bug has always been there for me, but I only ever really started playing music publicly when I was a senior in high school. I had my first show at Club Congress, opening for my dad back then, and that was really cool. And then I just kept gigging around town, playing music with folks that I resonated with, and then I eventually found Diego and our friend Ben. And
how'd this bromance start? Like, how'd you find this guy?
Well, I mean, no, it's we had seen each other around at shows. He sold me a pair of shoes one time.
What do you mean sold? Get that microphone close to your face, Diego.
I used to be a co-manager at Journey at the Park Place Mall. So
okay.
I would see everyone and anybody just at the mall.
Yeah.
A lot of people do that.
Did you ever did you give the homie hookup? Like, you discount him?
Did I?
After we were friends.
Okay.
You had to earn it.
I had to earn the homie discount.
Oh, so initially you paid full price for those Journeys. You still have those shoes?
I do.
Yeah.
Red Converse. Yeah.
You ever wear them when you guys gig together?
I think I've worn them once around you maybe, honestly.
Do that Pete thing where you do the school shoes.
I dressed up as a Pete the Cat for Halloween. I wore mismatched blue and red Converse, and that's the last time I ever wore them.
Yeah, and you point down to Diego and be like, "This is the only time these shoes will be half off."
I knew they'd come in handy one day.
That's a good one.
Yeah, thanks.
I got it. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just cut your hair too, dude.
I
So
did.
we just saw you, and initially I'm like, yeah, you look familiar, right? But we were just chilling together in December. What made you just
And some color. Cut and color.
Oh,
It
yeah.
looks
No.
No?
This is all natural.
All
What?
natural.
All natural.
Yeah, what made you chop
Wait.
it off?
I think I was just due for a haircut. I feel like I let my hair grow out really long,
Right.
and then there's a point where I kind of look in the mirror and I'm like, I need to get rid of a lot of it. So
Yeah.
I cut it pretty short and just let it grow out again because
Yeah, it's a reset, dude.
Yeah, just-
This is already grown out.
I know. It's getting
Relate
there.
to it.
Random comment here on the stream and stuff, and thank you, algorithm. Veganism is not enough for a normal human body to function in the long term. And I say, oh yeah, look at me sustaining, baby. Yeah, oh yeah, you hate this vegan bod, right? Yeah, it's fantastic. This is how you could look vegan. All right, well, thank you for tuning
Totally.
into the stream, and
Welcome.
Eat death free. All right, so with that. What's crazy is for years, I've kind of called myself Uncle Beef or referred to as Uncle Beef, and I'm kind of turning into Unc in real life. And there's another connection because, I was just talking to my buddy Brody, And there's a band that I know and love, and they're sons of my friend from high school, a very good friend of mine, Adam. And they're Moon Tour. And I'm like, you guys should link up with All Yours. And he's like, we already do. And I'm like, that fucking makes sense, dude.
No, we love the Moon Tour, guys.
Yeah,
we just went to Telluride with them last month.
Yeah. So, and that doesn't surprise me, but I'm so glad to hear that because, and they're up in Flagstaff right now, right? And so, and we'll talk about this on the air. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. Joined in studio by Brandon and Diego from All Yours Band. All Yours is the name of the band, and then All Yours Band on Instagram if you want to give them a follow, which you do. They're good looking guys, and do some good music. We're gonna do a performance here in a little bit, but I was talking about how I'm turning into Unk Beef in real time, and initially it was kind of like just like a joke reference, right?
I want to clarify with the kids too. Does it stand for uncle or uncool?
Uncle.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like
just want to make sure.
It's never been uncool. I don't think.
When referring to me, it was never even close to being uncool. Let's keep it 100. All right. Yeah.
Sure.
And it was uncle, meaning like I could have been related or, banged your mom's sister or something. So anyways, the way that this worked is that, I would say this when I was younger, right? But as I'm getting older and stuff, literally I'm watching my friends and artists that I've been fans of have kids that become artists that I'm fans of, right? And that's what All Yours is, with Brandon be the son of Carlos Ezrati, who we've had on the show several times here in Tucson, but I've been having on the show in Phoenix and booked him on shows up there for now like 15 strong years. And I was like, you should link up with this band Moon Tour. And they're, my friend Adam's sons. And they're like, yeah, we absolutely do that. And they just did a gig together, just went up to Telluride together to do that. And I encourage this so much with all bands, right? To create circuits. And I think it's so important in, being DIY and building your fan base. And the reality of this is, in the way that I've wanted to establish this between Phoenix and Tucson, and even Flagstaff and New Mexico for that matter, is you look at a weekend, like a weekend tour schedule, right? And say, okay, this weekend, we're going to do a show in Tucson on Friday. We're going to do a show in, Phoenix on Saturday and a show in Flagstaff on Sunday, right? But on, say, the Tucson show, we would have All Yours headline because they're from Tucson with Moon Tour supporting. And then let's enter, say, the Irie, who's going to be our guest from Phoenix tomorrow, right? Say the Irie open up and they're from Phoenix. And then on Saturday, you have the Irie headline, right? And then so on and so forth. And then you go on Sunday, then you would have Moon Tour headline, right? And you guys doing support. And then basically each individual band localized pushes that once a month show or whatever, their show, as that big show to get their friend base and fan base out for that show. And that's how you grow like a fan base in different markets. It's a very simple strategy that more bands would employ. And, too many bands say, okay, we want to make it, so we're going to hit the road for like a month and live off of peanut butter and jelly and play in front of 3 people on a Tuesday night. And 2 of those people happen to be the bartender and bar back, right? And that doesn't benefit anybody, right? To create little circuits and hit those strategically is the best and quickest way to build a fan base, especially amongst like-minded artists. So once you find those buddy bands in different regions, then it's time to kind of like coordinate and strategize and really attack that. So you've done gigs up in Flagstaff with Moon Tour, right? And vice versa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the first time All Yours played at Club Congress in Tucson, it was with Moon Tour.
Yeah.
With Moon Tour, yeah.
Yeah, you know what? That's actually where I saw you guys first, because I was at that Moon Tour show, and that was really good, And, the ladies love Moon Tour, too. Good-looking boys, those Comstock boys, And I was like, you guys are good-looking boys, too. So, like, together, you guys are all lady killers, man. I can't even imagine at this age, right? But,
Was that a motivating reason to start playing music?
That's the only reason.
That's right. I like
it's not
these
about
kids.
The music.
Yeah. I mean, the music there is it's the honeypot.
No,
you know what I mean?
It's all about the music. Yeah.
No, I know. But yes, but it helps because this is still like, show business and stuff. To have the aesthetic and the look doesn't hurt as well. How long have you guys been playing together in your band?
A little over a year and a half now.
Okay, yeah. And then what's your catalog looking like? How many songs you got polished up or you feel confident about?
Polished up, confident about. We've got like, I think, how many on album? 8? Maybe like 12
Yeah.
I think right now, like really solid ones that like I like to perform, you know?
Yeah. Now, is your dad, since he's a musician and a songwriter, what's his approach in supporting your music? Does he coddle you where he's overly supportive, or is he like Simon Cowell and picking apart and being like, man, that is basic, or that chord's whack, that lyric, what are you thinking? Like, what approach is there?
He's very middle ground. I mean, he's very supportive.
Yeah.
You know, of course, like he lets us use his studio space, which I'm very generous for.
Yeah.
Very nice. As far as like criticism goes, he doesn't hesitate to let me know like what he thinks about something, but it's always like constructive, and he really digs it for the most part. So I'm really grateful about that.
Nice, but he has been. See, I feel like as a dad, you got to show more tough love, especially in the early stages of really like fine tuning these songs. Like even if it's a good song. Yeah, you want it to be a great song. So, Carlos, I know you're listening. You'd be like, hey, this is really good, but can you make it not suck? Like, say stuff like that, right? Like,
that's not, you can tell, that's not going to be Carlos's approach.
My only issue, right? Like, Brandon, you got a lot of gifts here. I know you got inherited talent and stuff and looks and everything like that. You got wonderful parents. My only concern is that you have wonderful parents. And sometimes you need to have, like a certain amount of trauma to really fuel that fire.
I completely understand.
So I'm not asking like Carlos to be a real dick. I'm saying pretend for a little bit,
it's necessary.
You want to ensure your son's music's fantastic.
Yeah, build some faux trauma. You know what I mean? Yeah. Not some long-term trauma. So short-term, just to generate a good couple albums.
Right.
Just yeah, just to be able to work through that stuff.
Touch of abuse.
Yeah, just a touch of abuse. Yeah. And then just mental and emotional, that's where it stops, So, yeah, well, you'll see. But actually, and when you started writing, and you probably started writing years before you started actually playing out, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've always kind of just written as like a thing for myself, just here and there.
Did you ever collaborate like melodies, harmonies with your sister as well? Because it just seems like a pretty musical family.
We honestly not as much as you might think.
Really?
I mean, me and my older sister played music together a couple times, maybe when we were growing up, but never like publicly. I really anticipate, I think, in the future going forward, playing lots more music with both of my sisters.
Yeah, I feel like they all got the bug.
My sister especially really is doing. Got the bug right now.
Yeah. And so is it a point? And I've been invited. I haven't been able to take advantage yet. Of as a Rate little get together. Right? Mm-hmm. Are you guys at the point now where you're all campfiring, jamming along, singing songs and all that stuff?
We could. We never find ourselves around a campfire per se, but or in those.
You got to get there. Oh man,
but we could for sure.
That's something as you guys grow up. You're still young, but like when you're in your 30s and your 40s and you're getting together and you got grandkids and the whole thing like that, that's going to be like a really unique, cool experience and stuff. So
that will happen.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome. All right, well, here's the deal. We're going to hit the reset. We want to get mic'd up and everything, get ready for a live performance from all yours. When's your next gig?
We are playing the Bear Down Bash here in Tucson on February 18th.
Ooh. Nice, that's like perfect, dude. Is that going to be right there off University on that stage, or?
Yeah, it's in the. It's outside one of the stadiums. I'll have to remind myself.
But
that's playing that.
Nice. Bear Down Bash, February 18th. That's going to be great. Right around a bunch of students and stuff, showing what's going on. We'll give more information on that and more right after these words. But you can join us on the podcast broadcast, youtube.com/beefvegan. Clear. I'm going rapid fire this morning. The caffeine is running good here.
That's great.
Yeah. All right. Oh, yeah. Let's get you all kind of mic'd up. And while we do that, I'll get back to earlier this morning. We covered a little Yas or Hell Nah. In case you missed it, one little something like this. Check it out. Today, Raven, you there?
Yes, sir.
All right. Yeah. So what's your friend's name? And that's turning 50 today.
Her name is Boo.
Boo.
Her real name is Laura Atchison.
See, I like that she has a nickname. Yeah, that's freaky. I have a nickname too. Beef and Boo. That sounds like a match made in heaven. You know that? Yeah. I was like, "What's up, Boo? Happy birthday."
Well, I'm Chia Pet, so it's Chia and Boo. That's us.
Chia and Boo. Name
a better duo.
Yeah. What motorcycle gang are you in?
I can't tell you, or you know.
That's fair. That's fair. Well, Raven, we appreciate you listening to the show, and shout out Boo, happy birthday. And I hope you make it a good one. All right.
You made it a great day. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Have a great day.
Yes,
Bye.
you too. All right, that's Raven, everybody.
Bye.
Yeah, I'm sure she's calling
Happy
all the radio
birthday, dude.
stations, giving a shout out to everybody. So, yeah, all right, it's gonna be a fun day. I told you that. Let's get into our hypotheticals here with Miss Yas Money. It's time for another edition of
Yas or oh hell no.
Yes, all right. So, in this, she's gonna break down some trends that people are doing and ask whether or not we would be down to do them or not. Like what?
All right, so we're going to start off with treating our AirPods like a fashion accessory. So wearing them consistently, no audio playing, just to signal that you're unavailable. I feel like I see this more often than you think, you know?
Yeah, it's like a safety shield in a way to try to prevent any kind of small talk for people. But, you know, like you shouldn't be, you know, afraid of people. You shouldn't like close yourself off from people. So I don't like it.
I do it. Actually. It's not because I'm afraid of people. It's because I don't want to socialize.
Yeah.
I'm maxed out. And it doesn't even work. People still they're like, literally wave, you know, their hand in front of my face, or they'll tap me on the shoulder. And it's just like, this is the universal sign for do not talk to me.
Well, that's why you hit them with the, I'm on the phone.
Right.
Ooh,
yeah,
right.
which is always a fun game to play. And I never put myself in, it's my fault for not being empathetic, put myself in the shoes of a hot chick, right?
Yeah.
Because look, as like a frugly dude, I'm, you know, not approached by many very often, right? Especially if I'm walking with my like resting hard face, people aren't talking to me. But you walk by with the fat ass, and then all of a sudden you got 3 new friends every corner you turn.
I get approached like almost every time I'm at the grocery store. So I've adapted. I
No
have headphones
way.
like this for sure.
You do?
Oh
Yeah,
my
she does.
God. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Hashtag hot girl problems.
Oh
I
my
know.
gosh. I've never.
Well, that's only because look, Yaz, you have resting hard face as well, dude. So
Whatever.
yeah, like you know,
Yeah, there's something. Do I have a baby face? Is that what
You
it
have an
is?
approachable face.
That's
like,
what it
I
is.
can talk to you.
Yeah.
yeah. So
And I don't mind that. I like being social too sometimes.
Right.
Sometimes I am not in the mood.
Right. Well, you know, I mean, I'm glad you do that as some sort of like safety cloak, but it's still not something that I would do. You know, all right. Oh,
I didn't know people get stopped at the grocery store.
I know. See, it's not a problem that everybody has, but I've seen it because I know I've been the guy being like, excuse me, miss, and then like try to come up with something stupid like, I think we met before. Is your name? And I'll just throw, is your name Boo? And be like, oh, it's not.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
so
that's something I'll never.
you'll get it. You'll get
Anyways,
it.
all right.
If you smiled, if you walked through the grocery store, you'd get a lot more people just randomly approaching you. You know, trust me.
Yeah, it's not a problem you want.
Yeah, I mean,
You're not missing anything.
You got the look. You got the look that guys are like, but then when they see, they're like, wait a second, I don't want that type of rejection. It's going to be like a soul crushing rejection that I would get from this
funny.
woman. Yeah. All right, what's our next trend here?
All right. So speaking of resting, you know, just looking mean, what about delaying your text as a power mode? So waiting hours to reply on purpose to appear mysterious instead of interested. Is that a yes or is it a hell no?
I do this sometimes, and it's
That's
not
toxic.
It's not in a dating situation, right?
It's just us.
Yeah, no, yeah,
When we text
it's in a business type situation. I will be in these scenarios. Well, I'll wait hours, even though I know I've seen it, and I can reply immediately. But if I'm a little peeved, I just did this with Nydia just the other week or whatever.
I replied in my mind.
Yeah.
In my mind.
Right. And well, because I didn't get any responses when I was reaching out to her. So then when she turned around and she asked me a question, I'm like, all right, well, now the shoe's on the other foot now, isn't it? And you're not going to get that response from me.
Yes,
and so,
girl.
Yeah. So, you know, sometimes it is that psychological warfare that we need to do to either send a message or level the playing field. So I'm all for it. You know,
I guess I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you don't want to, you know, have an emotional outburst. So you're going to wait it out a little bit so you're cooled down.
Oh, yeah.
I'll tell you what.
That was me last night for sure.
So, that was me last night too. I almost missed an entire time out because I tried to have this discussion of these. I used to get in and out cards, right, to give out.
Oh,
yeah. Now the sales girls from the Roadrunners are like safe gatekeeping them.
Yep.
Very strictly. So I tried to come up with this very clever argument about how many in and outs there are in Southern Arizona and all Arizona. And I tried to I tried to plead my case, which I thought was a very witty, clever, charming way.
didn't.
Yes. And I'm telling you, man, Abby and Ella, they both teamed up on me, and Abby wasn't even involved in this. And like the knives were out, and
what did they say?
Oh man, they you could tell they're just like they were hating me bad. And I'm in this very heated confrontation now. When I wanted to, I was approaching it in a way of like silliness and lightheartedness. Like, wouldn't it be great?
Yeah, like, can I have some cards?
Yeah, and they're like, I will have to kill you. And I'm like, oh my God. And so no, this not hell yeah, because this is preventing people from getting in and out. But anyways, so I'm in this, and now I'm like, oh no, I can't leave this conversation the way it is. I have to somehow turn it to diffuse the situation. And as this is happening, then the timeout whistle blows, and I'm getting called in my ear. It's time to go, and I'm not in position, and I'm getting frantically called, and I still can't. I'm in the middle of getting reamed, and so I can't. And then all of a sudden, I just turn around and I do the Jeremiah's Lucky Ice throw, whatever.
From where you are.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, Nydia wouldn't let this go at the end of the game, by the way, but that's a whole other thing. But yeah, and then so I had to. So now I feel like crap, right? I'm walking around the arena. I'm like, God damn it. Like, I like these girls, and now they hate me just because of in and out. And, it's ridiculous.
You impressed? Like, you really, this really got you.
Oh, I know. Well, yeah, because. Well,
don't you know who I am? I'm beef vegan.
Look, I didn't pull that card. I wish it was that easy.
Jersey.
I wish it was that easy. But. I really liked Abby. Ella, not so much, but Abby I really liked, So the fact that Abby turned on me, well, I mean, she's kind of cold. It is what it is. But
Ella, if you're listening, call in.
No, they're not. But Abby I really liked. And the fact that Abby turned on me so hard was heartbreaking.
Wow.
Yeah. And so then I had to eat crow. I'd kind of tuck my tail, walk up to him a little bit later in the game and look, I'm sorry. I don't want you to hate me over these in and out cards. And
you apologize?
Yeah, I apologize all the time if I'm wrong. Now in this situation, I don't even know if I was 100% wrong. I just didn't want the heat. You know what I mean?
Yeah, even worse, a fake apology.
Well, no, I mean, I apologize for being coming off as combative, apparently, because in my mind, I thought it was charming. I thought it was coming they were gonna just
you're being cheeky.
Yeah. We'll continue that kind of conversation a little bit later. But we're back here in studio. Now, before we get into, we're going to do back-to-back songs here. First one's on the stream, which will go into the air, on the air. And then we're going to do a follow-up song from All Yours here. And we're just talking about Playboy Man Baby. I wanted to mention that I've been sharing these posts as we just talked with Robbie from Playboy Man Baby. Unfortunate news, TJ, who's a Tucson resident here, had a brain aneurysm of sorts, something very scary. Almost lost his life. And luckily, the doctor knew to drain that brain fluid immediately, right? And with that, his life is saved, but now he's in recovery. And they're raising money and funds. And again, the timing couldn't have been worse for this situation because they just released this album, Violence, which is fucking phenomenal. And from beginning to end. And if you haven't heard it, I encourage you to do so. And they were slated to go on this tour, which they had to cancel the first run of the tour. They're still going to be performing at Club Congress. There are different with Playboy Man Baby. TJ is like the orchestrator of the music, right? And he plays in the band live, but there's many different musicians that actually play in the band, and they're kind of like Robbie operates it like a business of sorts, right? And he has all these players that could come in to fill these roles. They're still going to be able to execute the show. And now their goal is to continue doing the dates that they were going to do once they're situated, and those proceeds will be going to TJ and his recovery. And it's a long process, unfortunately, when it comes to brain injuries, it's rehab, it's therapy, it's all that stuff to kind of get you back up and running. And we wish TJ the speediest of recoveries. And he's a brilliant mind, and and I share it on our Instagram. I'll share it on Facebook as well. So if you have any money at all and you feel like contributing to a good cause this month or this year, TJ's recovery is one of the best of causes, especially local musicians who aren't going to be necessarily covered by insurance and have all those resources. Now, the good news is right off the bat, the army of Playboy Man Baby fans, which they have 150,000 followers on Instagram. Playboy Man Baby is no small local band. They're literally on the cusp of being global, right? Superstars. But they came out in support, and already raised over $50,000 in a fucking blink of an eye. Beautiful to see. So, definitely devastating. So we're going to get on here in about 35 seconds. So let's reverse what we're going to do. Start with the second song, and then on the stream, we'll continue into the first song. Okay.
Cool.
Yeah. So, and you're a fan of Playboy Manby. That's why you guys brought it up. Yeah. So seeing them, you saw them open up and you're just like, who's this band? And you were in.
Immediately hooked. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
The way they had like gotten the crowd to like the crowd.
The calm response. I know.
No,
it's
Robbie
insane.
commands that stage like a freaking like a general.
And what he does,
awesome.
yeah, like there's a song like "You Can Be a Fascist Too" that like I was there when he performed that song live for the first time. Rock 102.1 KFMA. It's Beefy Presents, hanging out here with all yours, talking about Playboy Manbaby. With the art of Playboy Manbaby is their hooks are so like a calm response and so catchy that hearing the song for the very first time, you're singing along the chorus by the second time you hear that chorus.
Absolutely.
Right. And so I saw him do this with You Could Be a Fascist Too, where they performed the song. It was brand new in front of an audience, cold for the very first time. And within halfway through the first chorus, the everyone in attendance was singing along to the chorus.
He's got like a superpower.
Damn, that's brilliant.
Like that song on their new album, Violence, the Good Times one. I saw them perform that like a year and a half ago when they opened for Joyce Manor, and it's been stuck in my head ever since.
Yes.
And it just came out.
It's hard to say,
It's crazy.
when
Like
it's good times, when it's good times.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's brilliant. So, and like we said, they have a GoFundMe right now, and it's the first time ever they asked for anything. But TJ, who lives in Tucson, had a health scare involving his brain, and he's now recovering and needs help covering all those bills and therapy and stuff like that. So if you find it in your heart, first go ahead and check out the album Violence. All right, you could listen to it free anywhere you stream music. It is a classic album. TJ orchestrated that album. All the music, as Robbie said, TJ is their Brian Wilson. So that music is very much TJ, right? Yeah. If you listen to that album and you appreciate that album, then look up the GoFundMe and then give whatever amount you can just for saying thank you for that album. And let's get TJ back on his feet as soon as possible. We're thinking about you. All right, let's get into a live music performance here from all yours. We got Brandon and Diego here. And what's the name of the first thing you're going to do?
This song's called Sweet Angel.
Sweet Angel. Let's get right into it, man. Live music on a Wednesday. All yours with Sweet Angel on Rock 102.1 KFMA. Take it away.
I didn't meet you the way that I wish I did. Grabbing at straws out of reach like a little kid. I never wanted to leave in the midst of it. But chances are high on being gone when you're hearing this. It's funny how yearly we're different but look the same. It's funny how dearly I smile when I hear your name. Oh, I never saw clearly how quickly the summer came. Now I'm burning severely, a fire I'm living around. Flame, oh. What's left of you is mine to take. My stars are gone, my Milky Way. So I'm writing this letter with love and an empty stare. Praying to heaven above that I'll meet you there. But you promised to get there before me, and promise you're up. You told me you wanted to carry me up there yourself, and I wasted my years and I've wasted up all my time. Oh, it feels like a wasted existence not giving me mine. I surrender my everything, you can have every breath. I've set fire to every chorus and leave you what's there. What's left of you is mine to take. All my stars are gone, my Milky Way. What's left of you is mine to take. Everything there for a different path to make. My stars are gone, my bed is laid with kind regards, my Milky Way.
All yours and Rock 102.1 KFMA. Milky Way is the name of the song, right?
The Sweet Angel is
Sweet Angel. I would have named it Milky Way.
Something like that. Yeah.
Just kidding. All right, we're keeping the conversation moving on the podcast broadcast where we're going to do a bonus performance from All Yours. You can join us, youtube.com/pvegan. Be back right after these words of Rock 102.1 KFMA. All right, Sweet Angel. So, okay.
The song's also on every streaming platform you can ever find.
Oh, you stream it everywhere? Okay. I'll remind everybody on the flip side when we wrap things up. Yeah.
Exactly. It'll be there soon.
And you want to break out that tambourine now, Diego? I know you're ready.
Yes,
You're standing by. You know, huh? Yeah, is it a rattlesnake? Yeah, it's a very rattlesnake-like. All right, so going into the second song, what is the name of this second song here, Brandon?
The song's called Morning TV.
Morning TV.
Like television in the morning.
I love that. That's what we are. Technically, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. All right, let's get into it. All yours with Morning TV.
Just to see me. Maybe I'm morning TV, made to be deceiving, ever unbelieving. Save me. I want this love to take me. I wanna start pretending. I'll pretend as long as you'll have me. Oh lady, I'm the morning TV. You are the ending, drawing right through me. We'll both watch the ocean turn into heart. We both watch the candle burn till it's all gone. We both know the wolf that preys upon the heart. We both turn the TV off and turn it right back on.
There you go. Perfect timing as we're back on the air. We just did morning TV from All Yours on Rock 102.1 KFMA. And unfortunately, that means we're running out of time here before we wrap things up. But don't forget that All Yours is going to be performing at the Bear Down show, a Bear Down Bash, which we had comments here on the stream. David said the Bear Down Bash is fire. So he's been to many. So this is a good gig to be on. Also, you know, the ladies are loving All Yours and Jeff. All right, so the ladies and Jeff love it.
Thank you, Jeff. We love
Jeff.
you, ladies and Jeff.
My name's Jeff. Yeah, Jeff and the ladies. So, fantastic. You can watch the replay of their performances here on the podcast broadcast, youtube.com/beefvegan. And of course, you know, you already have like an EP out there on all your streaming services and everything else.
We made our debut album in October.
How many tracks on the album?
It's 9 tracks.
9 tracks. Okay. Yeah, it's like a beefed up EP.
Pretty much.
A skinny album.
Yes, it's a very skinny album. There's a couple interludes.
Oh, you got a couple interludes. Yeah. Oh, that's an EP. That's good, though.
Pretty much.
That's good though. You know, year and a half of the game.
It's a nice digestible listen. You know, people don't want to sit down and listen to an hour-long album anymore, as much as we'd love for them to.
I know, kids these days. I know it's part of the ADD in all of us. You know, which we found out yesterday even more so with Matt Damon talking about how Netflix wants movies being made now, just to remind people who are on their phones watching, scrolling something else, what's going on in the movie. And that's where we're at. So yes, keep creating content, keep pumping it out. I look forward to all the music and the shows that you guys are going to do, and kick ass at the Bear Down Bash. I think that, you know, the people there are going to be blown away. So, and where can people find more information on all your gigs and what you're going to be doing?
We post primarily on Instagram at All Yours Band on Instagram.
Nice. Yeah. Are you staying up on your Reels game? Because you got to.
We gotta get much better, but
this is our New Year's resolution.
Resolution to get better at posting reels.
Get on it, man. And, you know, that's the way that so many of our friends have started to be able to take it to the next level. And unfortunately, in this day and age, when it comes to the music industry, you're on your own, right? Mm-hmm. So, you know, got to go out there DIY on every level, the music, the marketing, everything else. So, you know, you guys are doing good. I have a lot of faith in, represent Tucson strong. So it's good meeting Brandon and Diego. All Yours Band on Instagram. Go ahead and follow them today. We got to wrap things up, but I'll give you a beef tip before we do. If 2026 feels like it's 2016, it's because you're trying too hard. Right. So TikTok and Instagram, they're announcing that 2026 is the new 2016, flooding feeds with throwback filters, dog ears, and old school vibes. And it's all because today's internet got too polished and people just want simpler digital chaos, right? With all the AI slop and everything. You know, it is a deal. So they're fighting back. But here's the deal. You don't want to let nostalgia be your compass. Just because something feels like the past doesn't mean it will fix your present. So make 2026 better than 2016. Make it your new 2027. That's your beef tip. And that's all the time we have for the show. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast broadcast. Enjoy the rest of your day. Drive safe, ride safe, and as always, rock local. Later.
When you wish
Look, she read along script. You like that? Yeah. Pop on the screen before we wrap things up. Skinny album, fat ass EP. Babuski.